I'm Matthias from Reliability Solutions in Gronau, Germany, and today I'd like to show you real quick how the Fleet Manager firmware upgrade tool for the AMS Asset Monitor looks and how it can be used finally. Now, I've started the Fleet Manager already, so you see it on screen. And when looking to the upper range of the Fleet Manager itself, you see a few of the comments that are available from here. Now, the first thing that we should do is connecting our asset monitors into the Fleet Manager tool finally for making them shown and bringing them to screen. And there are at least two opportunities you have. So the first is clicking the Add Device button and entering an IP address of one asset monitor you know into the fields here. So I can do that with one of my asset monitors I have in Gronau. And what you also automatically can do here is adding the username and the password for logging into the asset monitor. And you can store this password and admin account or user account with checking the box here as well. Now, with now pressing the Add button, you see it appears from the list, from the table in the Fleet Manager finally, and it has been connected, so it is authenticated already. It shows you the firmware that is on the asset monitor right now, the hardware revision, and that there have no backups being done for now. Now, a second opportunity you have is to scan the network and set up an IP range for showing all boxes that can be found from here, and we're doing that as well. So for that, I'm clicking the Scan for Devices button, and now I'm able to enter an IP address range. Let's start with 40 and maybe let's go to 80. So with pressing the Scan button now, you see a bar on top or a value on top. So it started scanning the network in the IP address range that I've added, and the progress is shown on top. And finally, after having the range scanned, you see all the boxes that can be found from the network in that range. Now, what you also see now from state perspective, it's showing online, but it's not connected right now, so that's why it's not showing authenticated, it's showing just online. And for that, for getting those boxes connected, I'm clicking onto one of those boxes, checking the box up front here next to the device I'd like to work on, and you can press the Credentials button. So the Credential button allows you to set up or enter the username and the password for this box to get it connected as well. And I'm doing that for this one box as well. Store the credential again. And you see this box now became authenticated, connected as well. Now this is how to add the boxes into the list. But after having those boxes in the list, you see you can check or uncheck the boxes you like to work on. Finally, I'm just leaving those two running here. Those other two are not mine, so I'm not allowed to work on that. So with checking those two boxes now, you see that there are further buttons on the right side, which starts with Update, which we will have a look to a little bit later, but you have a Backup button as well. And this Backup button, if clicking onto that, it shows the boxes that we have checked before, and with pressing the Start button, it automatically progresses a backup, a configuration backup file for those boxes, and it shows you also where this has been stored. Now, with moving this folder into the recording here, you see that there are two subfolders that have been generated by the Fleet Manager tool and that are shown with a name identical to the serial number of the boxes where it relates to. If we're looking into that, you see that there is an Asset Monitor backup file in there, and you see from timing perspective, this is the one that we just generated minutes ago. So now let's close that here, and we can move that away again. So what you now see is that the last backup status successfully has been processed, or the status is showing that it has been successful in the past. Now it does not know when the last update has been done, but what we also could do here, we're having opportunities to add tags to the boxes, and this is just namings for the fleet manager itself. So we can, for example, the edit tag, so if we're checking this one box and I press the edit tag button, I can call that, for example, pump. So let's go that, and you see that now a tag is shown that is named pump. And I can do the same thing for the second box as well, giving it a tag and, for example, call it motor. Okay, and now you have an opportunity to filter your boxes finally from screen. So if I go into here and to pump, for example, only those that are tagged with pump are shown from here. So that helps a little bit to sort the types of asset monitor and where they are connected if you have larger networks. So I can remove that again for showing everything to screen. So the tags help here to describe the asset monitors inside of the fleet manager itself and to filter what is required. Now what you also can do here, just coming back to the backup, what you also can do from here is to restore a configuration file. So if I'm going to the restore button and clicking that now and browsing it into the folder where the backups are stored, and I can choose that from here for opening it. So you see the backup file now appears from the select backup file table or from this field here. And with pressing the restore now button, I would provide the configuration file that we backed up times ago into the AMS Asset Monitor for using it from that moment on. I'm canceling that right now, just for not losing time here on the recording. So last but not least, so this is just easy use of all the buttons up front, and there is nothing else to work on with the fleet manager. Instead of having the asset monitor shown from the list and checking those boxes you like to work on, and well, using this amount of limited amount of functionality we have available from here. Now, last but not least, that's exactly why the fleet manager is very powerful. We have this update button, and with clicking the update button, you see those boxes you have checked up front. So you see a table now, and on upper part you're able to browse the location on your PC where the backup file, the firmware file of the asset monitor is stored. And I need to go to my desktop here real quick. Sorry. And you see the folder where I have this file available, which is the firmware version 2.3.4, which is higher than those firmwares that we have on board on the asset monitors right now. And well, this is the one firmware released for solving the Chrome issues finally, for allowing us to work with current versions of Chrome and the asset monitors. Now, what you're doing, or what we're going to do now with clicking the start button, there is a procedure of first generating another backup of those asset monitors just to be able to restore everything when required, and thereafter it immediately starts updating it. So with pressing the start button, you see now at the backup part of the table there are rotating fields, so it has been doing a backup, and thereafter it immediately starts updating the asset monitors. On this table here, you're able to upgrade up to 10 different boxes at a time. So the upgrade can be processed for 10 boxes synchronously. And what you also may have on the other screen, on the main screen, with a table where all the boxes are listed up, this can cover up to 500 asset monitors in here. So you're able to have up to 500 asset monitors managed from the fleet manager, and you're able to progress the update for up to 10 asset monitors at a time. And you see now the update brings a bar that is moving. It shows you the status for every single box we're going to upgrade here. You're able to abort that if you want to cancel the upgrade finally. But in the meantime, while we're waiting for getting the updates finished, I'm moving over the folder again where the backups are stored. And if we're now looking into that, you see that there is a first backup file at 9 a.m. and the second one at 9:06, which has been the time where we started the upgrade, the firmware upgrade, and there is another backup file generated, fully automated, before the update process begins. Now moving that away again. And well, now the only thing you need to do now is wait until the progress bar shows 100% and until the update status has been progressed until finish for both asset monitors or all the asset monitors you may have in the list. Now finally, after reaching the 100% from progress bar, you also see that the last update status has now been moving to success. And we see that we successfully progressed the upgrade for the AMS Asset Monitors, as shown from the list here. So the one thing we can do now is for sure pressing the close button first. And after that, having one final look to the overall screen of the asset monitors as initially shown from our list. So here we see that we now updated successfully those two asset monitors and seen the last backup status, seen the last update status, seen the tags and all the other things that I described during this tutorial video. So that's finally what we wanted to show you about the Fleet Manager and how it can be used for saving time and not having a need to stand in front of screens when doing single asset monitor updates, so allowing you to save some time and don't waste time on a single update here. So yeah, thanks for watching and stay tuned for further tutorials.